With narrow streets, exotic supercars, and the best Italian food in the country, it's hard not to feel like you're about to be whisked away to the romantic settings of Naples, Venice, or the Amalfi Coast. But you're not in Europe at all. You're at the site of Paul Revere's famous ride, as well as the deadliest molasses disaster in history. This is the North End, Boston's iconic Little Italy.
Yeah, you step out on the main drag here, all you can smell is the damn pizza. What is up, everyone? Today we are gonna go take one of our little mini adventures through the North End of Boston. We're gonna go explore two very distinct moments in history. One is one of the most iconic moments in American history, and the other one is one of the more unusual disasters you'll ever come across. I think there's supposed to be a big street festival going on up there this weekend, so not really sure what we'll see up there, but let's go. We're actually going to go up and take advantage of the Sumner Tunnel being closed and ride the Blue Line in for free. We made it to Beachmont. Now we just got to walk across the street to get the train. We only have about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to film this whole episode, so let's make the most of it.
On April 18, 1775, Paul Revere made his iconic ride from his home in the North End to Lexington to deliver the news the British were invading. His famous 1 if by land, 2 if by sea lanterns were hung in the Old North Church. He set off under the cover of darkness, where his first obstacle was the Charles River. From the Old North Church, it's a quick walk down to the waterfront, where Revere crossed the Charles.
So when Paul Revere got down here to what's now the waterfront, they had to row across the river over to Charlestown, which you see behind me there. And they were very close to getting captured by the British troops. They had to kind of sneak their way around one of the warships, but they did make it over to the other side, and then it was on to Lexington from there, and the rest is history.
– 144 years later, in 1919, in the same spot where Revere crossed the Charles, a large tank filled with 2.3 million gallons of molasses burst. The ensuing wave of molasses that rushed through the North End at speeds reaching 35 miles per hour set off the Great Molasses Flood, killing 21 and injuring 150. To this day, it remains one of the strangest disasters in history.
So you may have heard that the rumor that you could still smell the molasses from the molasses flood here in the North End. And while you could for several decades, it's now over 100 years past it, and sadly you can no longer.
With our time just about up, it's time to head back to the T.
If you've ever wanted to get on a train to Wonderland, Here's your shot.